you guys, my name is Jacqueline. Here's my cat Lola. Let's try this again. Hello, my name is Jacqueline. I am a corporate flight attendant and welcome to my YouTube channel, Jacqueline Travels. Today, I'm not traveling. I've been sitting at home dreaming of the day I can get on an airplane and have an adventure, whether it's with my job as a corporate flight attendant or just me and Johnny going on vacation somewhere. I'm here at home dreaming of places to go. I made a travel bucket list. I don't know if sharing the things that I want to be doing and I would be doing if I wasn't stuck at home is gonna help me in any way or just make my urge to travel so much more. So I figured I would just share the 10 destinations on my travel bucket list. Their places, their experiences, their activities, just things that I have been longing to do basically my whole life since I've started traveling, and especially now since my travel is limited. All right, the number one thing on my travel bucket list, it's been the number one thing for years and years and years, but what I want to see the most out of anything in the entire world is the Taj Mahal. There's such a romantic backstory behind it. It's a monument, a shrine, a dedication of love, and it's built perfectly symmetrical. It looks beyond beautiful, just breathtaking. I imagine walking up to the Taj Mahal or just seeing it for the first time and having my breath taken away. It's something that I've wanted to see for years. I've never made it to India. Recently though, I did express the desire that I've had to visit the Taj Mahal with one of my friends when we were on a walk, and we're kind of planning on making a trip to India happen. So hopefully this is an item that I get to cross off of my bucket list very soon. The number 2 destination on my travel bucket list is the pyramids. Now, I almost did make this one happen. Me and my sister Katie were this close to booking a trip to Egypt, but it didn't work out, and instead we spent the time that we would have been in Egypt in London for New Year's. So we still got a great travel experience when we were gonna be traveling, and it was fantastic to ring in a new year in London, but it was not a bucket list item for me. So I really wanna see the pyramids. They're one of the 7 wonders of the world. I think it would just be fascinating, and again, like the Taj Mahal, I feel like this would be another breathtaking experience. Like I would just walk up and see the pyramids and just be so taken aback by their wonder and their beauty. Number 3 on my travel bucket list, I would love to see the town that my grandma grew up in, and that town is Castronova di Sicilia. I've mentioned it before on my vlogs, probably too often on my vlogs because I'm always eating or trying to give you guys an excuse of why I'm eating, but I'm Italian, I'm only 2nd generation American, and I have been to Italy, but I have not been to my grandma Giovanna's hometown. So I would love to see this town in Sicily. I would love to see where she grew up, and I still have plenty of family out there. I think it would be great to see my family who lives out there. All right, number 4 on my travel bucket list is probably a little far-fetched. I have down that I would like to climb Kilimanjaro, and it sits at 19,000 feet, and I am an avid hiker. I lived in Colorado. I climbed the 14ers, which are 14,000 plus foot mountains. I've done 13 14ers. I enjoy hiking. I'm in relatively good shape. Kilimanjaro sits at 19,000 and change feet. I'm not sure exactly how tall it is. But unlike climbing a 14er in Colorado, it takes like nearly a week to reach the summit of Kilimanjaro. So in my head, I feel like it's something I could do. Obviously, if I were ever to make this dream come true, I would prepare a ton. And Mom, I know you're watching this and you're not happy with this travel bucket list item of mine. I am sorry. But it is something that I would like to do in my lifetime. Number 5 travel bucket list item. This is another hiking excursion, but I would really love to hike the Inca Trail in Machu Picchu. And I have so many friends who have done this, and I can't believe I've never gone with them because I am beyond jealous that they've had this experience. But it's something that I really, really want to do. And it is, I think, a multi-day hike also, but it is nowhere near as involved as Kilimanjaro would be. There are options to take a train to Machu Picchu, but I really think the experience of working to get there yourself and experiencing the Inca Trail would just make it that much more special. I did look into the Inca Trail a few times, and I did think about meeting my friends who have gone, but with my work schedule or whatever was going on in my life, the timing never really did work out. I do remember it was quite expensive, and I want to say it's like a 3 or 4 day hike. So there definitely is a lot of work involved, but I feel like the end result would be so rewarding and absolutely worth it. Number 6 on my travel bucket list is actually something we almost did for our honeymoon. Well, not almost did. We talked about doing it for our honeymoon, and we still have not been on our honeymoon because of COVID. So potentially this is something that could happen in the future. But number 6 on my list is do an African safari and see the big 5 in their normal habitat. I don't want to see any caged animals. I don't want to go to a zoo. I don't want to see anything like that. I want to be in it. I want the animals to be free. I want the animals to have free reign. And I hope if I ever take a safari, I am lucky enough to see the big 5. So ideally for my safari, I would like to go to Uganda, or I would go to Zimbabwe. And if you're not familiar with what the big 5 are, the 5 animals are a lion, a rhinoceros, a leopard, an elephant, and a Cape buffalo. So I just think it would be magical. The only place in Africa I have ever traveled to was Morocco, so I have yet to experience the southern parts of Africa, and I just think it would be an incredible experience. And I know I keep saying that when I'm wrapping everything up, but this is my travel bucket list. These are all things that I think would be absolutely amazing. Number 7, I really want to see the Aurora Borealis. I have seen a quick glimpse of them as a flight attendant. I've seen them from the flight deck when I've been working, but I've never got to sit beneath the northern lights and just see the beauty and not be on the clock and just be relaxed and really enjoying them. So I would love to go to Iceland or even Norway to experience this. I'd love to camp outside and leave my tent and just look up and see the beautiful blue and purple and green lights in the sky. Number 8, this is also another very ambitious travel bucket list item of mine, but I want to go heli skiing in Whistler, Canada. I am a skier. I wouldn't say I'm a very good skier. I like to have fun. I stick with my friends, so I've been on my fair share of double black diamond trails, and I've survived. I did, however, have a fall on my skis, and it wasn't even a good story. I was just waiting for my friends down the mountain, and I stopped and my skis were parallel, and I looked up the mountain, lost my balance, and went tumbling, and my skis didn't dislodge, and it messed up my LCL. So now I have to wear a brace when I'm skiing, but it's not gonna stop me from skiing. So I really would love to take a helicopter to the top of a mountain in Whistler and ski where no one has skied before. Maybe someone has skied there, but it's not the standard trails at the Whistler Resort. Also, I've never been in a helicopter. Generally, I don't have good opinions of helicopters. I think they're very dangerous. I would be terrified, but I also feel like it's something I should try at the same time. So will my number 8 travel bucket list item ever happen? I don't really know, but it's staying on my list. Number 9 is take French lessons in Paris. I have been to Paris multiple times. I am in love with the culture. I'm in love with the food. I feel like the people are very friendly. I know very basic French enough to get by, but I would love to spend an extended amount of time in Paris and take French lessons and maybe just live there for like 3 months and experience it. I know every time I've been, I never wanted to leave. It's just a city that's so charming, and even though I've been there multiple times, there's still so many things that I've yet to experience in Paris. All right, we've got another visitor. The final item on my travel bucket list is to go trek Patagonia. I want to see penguins in their natural habitat. I want to see icebergs and glaciers and just that much snow and that much cold and that much of a different climate than what I'm used to when I do a lot of my traveling. As a corporate flight attendant, I am in the Caribbean very often, and I feel very blessed that I get to do that. I'm certainly not complaining, but I just feel like going to Patagonia would be something so new and an incredible experience. All right, I had to escort my little visitor. So I've just shared with you the 10 places that I would love to experience, my 10 travel bucket list items, but I do also want to share with you a few items that I've been lucky enough to cross off of my travel bucket list. Back in 2011 or 2012, I went to China with the sole purpose of walking along the Great Wall of China. I got to do it. It was everything that I hoped that it would be. Something else that I got to do was dive the Great Barrier Reef in Australia. One of my really good friends did a semester of college in Australia, and I went and I spent the summer with her, and I flew into Sydney and we did the touristy things there, and she was in school in Townsville, so I got to see a smaller area, not really a touristy part of Australia, but it was an amazing part of Australia. And during my summer there, we went to the Great Barrier Reef. I got to see turtles, I saw Nemo, and some of the group that we were with did see a shark. I didn't see the shark, however. So I thought that would have been a ton of fun, but I'm definitely not upset with the experience that I had in Australia. Something else that I was lucky enough to experience was visiting Chefchaouen in Morocco. Chefchaouen is a city, it's in the Reef Mountains, and all of the buildings are painted blue or white. And it's said that the blue keeps the insects away and the white keeps the heat away. And when you're walking through town, it's so beautiful. It's almost like walking through a Dr. Seuss novel, and I'm not meaning that in an offensive way. It just looks so different from the city life that I'm used to. It's vibrant and it's clean and the colors are so beautiful, and the food in Morocco is fabulous. It's actually one of the favorite places in the world that I've ever been to. Another one of my bucket list items was climbing the Eiffel Tower in Paris. We did a girls trip out there. Oh my gosh, so many years ago. My first time in Paris, 2010 perhaps. Okay, he's back. I was saying we visited Paris on a girls trip back in 2010, and the elevator line to get to the top of the Eiffel Tower was crazy long, so we decided we were just gonna take the stairs. And I'm actually very happy that we took the stairs because it just completely changed the experience for us. It was a lot of work. I felt like I probably burnt off a few of the croissants that I had that day, so totally worth it. Another great travel experience that I had was running across the Golden Gate Bridge. And I actually did that on my second layover as a corporate flight attendant. We stayed in San Francisco. I was so nervous about the job still that I don't think I did any vlogging, but I did take pictures of San Francisco. I did take pictures of the Golden Gate Bridge, and I did go for a run with the pilots and we ran across it. And it wasn't my first time in San Fran, and certainly not my first time seeing the Golden Gate Bridge, but it was my first time completely crossing it. It was cold and it was windy, so I ran faster than I probably would have, but overall it was a great experience. I loved it. And then my last travel bucket list experience that I have been lucky enough to cross off was I went to an elephant rescue in Thailand. Elephants are my all-time favorite animal. I have elephant statues in my house. I don't really know why I love them so much. I think it's because they're so cute and they have great personalities and they express their emotions. They're like a human animal, and I think they're precious. And getting to see them in Thailand was an incredible experience. I would be around elephants all the time if I could. They just don't thrive in the weather that we have out here. So I've got my cats, they're cuddling me, they're giving me plenty of attention, and they're ready for me to stop talking to my camera. So I wanna hear all about your guys' travel experiences. I wanna hear about things that you wanna do or things that you've done. Maybe you've already done something that I have on my list and you could give me tips. I would certainly appreciate that. But any questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns that you have, put them down below for me, please and thank you. Please leave me a thumbs up for this video and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you guys are looking for me on social media at Jack Travels, that's JAC Travels, that's my Twitter handle, and Jacqueline Travels is my Instagram, just like it is here on YouTube. Thank you guys very much for watching. Be safe. I hope you have some fun experiences in your future. Thanks.